All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another video. All right, y'all, just back with some real quick news that I'm sure most of y'all already heard, and I've already told y'all as well this was going to happen. But as y'all know, Aspen Ladd got cut from the UFC about a week ago now, and it looks like she's been picked up by none other than the PFL. Looks like Aspen Ladd found her home with PFL, and she's going to be competing in their featherweight division in the 2023 season. She's going to be competing in that season-long type of format like Kayla Harrison. This is what she had to say. She said, "I want to thank the PFL for giving me the opportunity. I'm excited about PFL sports season format where you win in advance based on talent and merit. I look forward to testing myself against the best in the world." And she also said on her IG that it's officially official. She's going to be signed to PFL. And no, it's not going to be 155. So she's letting everybody know she's not competing at that high up in weight, which I don't think she needs to anyway. Like, I don't think her weight issues is in that type of realm. I think featherweight fits her. So that's where she's going to be. So, yeah, man, my thoughts on the situation, I think it's perfect for her. That's where she needs to be, I think, at 145. I know some people think that she needs to retire now, like she's really fully done, but I say give her another chance. I've seen some fighters, competing up in their 30s, but I think with Aspen Ladd, she still needs to kind of test herself. We need to really see where it is for her. Like, I don't think it's like wear and tear. She's not somebody that suffered a lot of physical damage in there. Like, it's not anything like health-wise, like as far as her brain or anything. It has more to deal with her discipline and her weight. And I think that's what it's been with Aspen Ladd, that she's been dreading in preparing for fights. I know it was wrong for her to continue to sign on fights and then miss weight, but now you can really see that, like, her trying to make bantamweight and her signing on, those were the moments that she dreaded. Like, I think, her getting into camp, sparring, rolling, all of that's good. All of that is good. But when it comes down to trying to lose weight, it's painful. Because, I've talked to fighters before, and every time I ask them what's the most dreadful part of preparing for a fight, or the dreadful part of fight camp, some of them say making weight. You know what I mean? Because they really have to beat their bodies up even worse than sparring, trying to get down to that fight weight. You know what I mean? It's painful. It can be painful. So I could see where Aspen Ladd was coming from, the first few times. But yeah, it was kind of messed up that she would continue to just do that over and over instead of trying to fight for a featherweight division in the UFC, which brings me to that talk. This is another opportunity missed by the UFC. If Aspen Ladd wanted to compete at 145, why not just continue to build a featherweight division in the UFC instead of Dana White having these problems saying, oh, she can't make weight and she's not committed here and there? Instead of, having to cut the person, why not just say, okay, well, I could push them into this division? I mean, on UFCrankings.com, you got the featherweight champion Amanda Nunes sitting there all alone with no rankings. So what's the point of having that around if you're not going to put some fighters up under her, right? So I think it's just another opportunity too, where the UFC just lets it fly over their head and they mess up once again, because you got all these other fighters as well that can't make weight, that continue to put on these catch weight fights. I mean, the past couple weeks we had Irene Aldana, Macy Chase on a catch weight fight. Macy, not Macy, but Julia Stoyarenko versus Chelsea Chandler, another catch weight fight. And then you had Aspen Ladd trying to squeeze down to fight Sarah McMahon. She missed weight, right? So you got all these fighters right here, 4 to 5 fighters, plus Norma Dumont, who defeated Danielle Wolf at featherweight, getting ranked in the bantamweight division. What type of sense does that make? So not only do you have fighters over here missing weight, but you got missed ranks as well. Like, you're ranking featherweights in the bantamweight division. Like, what sense does that make? Like, this girl right here could be part of the other 5 or 6 that could be a top 5 or top 6 in your featherweight division, which it might look choppy at first, but hey, bantamweight, the Bellator featherweight division looks the same way right now. Bellator has like a top 7 or top 8 right now. So to me, that would look better having a top 5, top 6 featherweights in the UFC than having Norma Dumont ranked at number 13 in a weight she hasn't even fought at in like a year or so, right? Because her last two fights were Macy Chiasson, Aspen Ladd, or last three, Macy Chiasson, Aspen Ladd, Danielle Wolf, and they were all at featherweight, right? So why continue to rank Norma Dumont in a weight she doesn't fight at? And then you got Jocelyn Nunes coming in number 15. Like, what's the purpose of that? Like, her last fights were Romana Pascal. Now she's fighting in January at featherweight against Zara dos Santos. So what sense is all of this making? So you got Mr. Ranked fighters here. You got featherweights ranked in the bantamweight division. And then you got a whole bunch of other bantamweights over here that are coming in at 140. And then you get rid of one, and she does the logical thing and fights at featherweight now for PFL, signs on at featherweight. So just a lot of missed opportunities here by the UFC. Every time you have enough big women to make featherweight, they just lose control of it and can't get it under any type of organization. You know what I mean? Like, you got names. Story Chandler, Chiasson, Dumont, Jocelyn Nunes, Dos Santos. That's 6 right there, right? And you could have had Aspen, that was 7. So yeah, having a nice top 7 is better than scattering these girls about in catchweight fights and having one ranked number 13, Norma Dumont number 13 at bantamweight, and she continues to fight featherweights, right? Like, come on, like, make it make sense. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. I just had to go on that side featherweight rant right there, just to kind of let you know that Aspen Ladd didn't really have to go to PFL. She could have stayed in the UFC as a featherweight, but this seems like it's going to be better for her because it's going to be set as a season, and there's really no room for BS in this one. Like, we're really going to see now if it is just weight issues. Like, we're going to also see if it is going to be discipline and corner issues. Well, now's her time to get a new corner, right? Now's the time to get a new corner and just get some new people in her corner that maybe can help her really, really work on getting into solid shape and being a better fighter, right? So yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out to see how she does with PFL at featherweight. We'll see if it really is that weight issue that was just kind of holding her back, or if it was anything else mentally. You know, I'm willing to give her a chance. Like I said, she's still a young fighter, so we'll see. But yeah, good on her to go to PFL, but bad on the UFC to miss out on another opportunity to build a featherweight division. Combo Breaker 99, let me know what y'all think. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.